Motorcycle riders share a common love for the open road, the roar of the engine, and sometimes even the love of speed. But earlier this month, many bikers found a new love for Jesus Christ. More than 600,000 people came to Sturgis, South Dakota, during August 9 through 15 for the 70th annual motorcycle rally. People come from all over North America to participate in this event, including Pastor Tom Hughes of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Pastor Hughes has a special ministry to reach the rough and tough world of bikers, and he joins us now here in the studio. Welcome, Pastor Hughes.
Hi, Gary. Nice to be with you.
Well, Tom, it's a unique ministry to people that I would say most people want to avoid because they're kind of afraid of the rough and tough quintessential motorcycle rider. What got you into this?
Well, I'm a little afraid of some of them myself. They can look scary, but I think the Lord just called me to do it because I'm a biker. I've been a biker for 44 years, and I love people. I've got the gift of evangelism, so I love to share Christ with people. And I remember what it was like before I knew Jesus, and so somehow I'm able to just talk to these guys and share Jesus with them and give them a book or something, you know.
Well, it's an interesting story, and we've had you on World of Hope before where you shared
Yes.
how you got into this. And something interesting happened last time because you were talking about Sturgis and your ministry and all.
Yes.
What happened after last time you visited with us here?
Well, World of Hope was fantastic for my ministry because while I was on it, a couple out in Sturgis heard our conversation, Raylene and Mike Conley.
And I believe we have a picture of them. Is that them here?
Them. And Raylene and Mike opened their home to us and allowed me to come and stay there, which saved a lot of money, and also put me within 3 blocks of downtown Sturgis. And Raylene also helped me give out books. So it was really great that we had that contact. And I met her pastor, Brad Traxler. And if you see that picture there, Brad and I went out and gave out the books, and Pastor Traxler and I witnessed to this couple here. If you go to the next picture, you'll see a close-up of them in their 70s, still riding Harleys.
They're in their 70s, and they're riding
late
Harleys.
70s, and they're
Isn't that
still
something?
riding a Harley and going to these bike rallies. And we were able to witness to them. And he told me his name's Terry and her name's Linda, and we were able to have prayer with them and talk to them about Jesus. And he said we could quote him and use his picture, and it was pretty neat.
60,000 people at this event, right?
Yes.
So, and you've got these books. What is the book?
600,000.
Excuse me,
Yes.
600,000
Yeah.
people. And what book are you sharing with folks?
We're sharing The Ride of Your Life, which is a biker steps to Christ. It has my Harley on the front cover, and Jesus is hidden in the air cleaner. And they discover that themselves. And then on the back, I wrote the back cover to kind of appeal to motorcyclists. But Steps to Christ was a book I gave my girlfriend, who is now my wife of some 30 plus years. And Debbie read that book under a willow tree and gave her heart to Jesus just from reading Steps to Christ. So I made my mind up then and there, everybody I meet is going to get one of those books because that's a powerful book. And when the Review and Herald agreed to put it out for bikers, I was thrilled. And one of the other people who were thrilled is this fellow right here, Jim Wood. Jim Wood has been going to Sturgis for probably 20 plus years.
Now, Jim is a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church?
Yes, Seventh-day Adventist, and another fellow biker evangelist. And he'd never met another Adventist who was doing this ministry. And when he met me, he almost cried. We hugged.
When did you meet? At this last?
Just at this last thing.
Sturgis event.
And Jim and I hugged, and he was just so thrilled to meet another Adventist who was doing this ministry. And Jim's giving out the Ride of Your Life. He's there giving out the Steps to Christ as well. Another person we met there, besides Pastor Traxler, and there's Pastor Traxler from Spearfish Seventh-day Adventist Church. And on the left there is, for the viewers left, is Clarence McKee. He's the pastor of Rapid City, South Dakota. And both Brad and Clarence were giving out the Steps to Christ. And I was able to do it with them. And it was really a great experience. Now, we only gave out probably over 1,000 books, and you think 600,000, what's the big deal about that? But we had a church from Tennessee donate the books. We mailed them to South Dakota, and then 2 Adventist pastors helped me give them out, plus an Adventist layperson, several of them. And what the big deal was for me, I've been doing this for 15 years by myself. So until I came to the Hope Channel,
among 600,000.
yes, and I'd stay there and not even give out 500 books in a week. And now in 3 days, we gave out twice as much, and I had help. And I was just so thrilled.
Now, do you have to be a bike rider to participate in this?
The interesting thing is you can buy these Steps to Christ and just leave them in the hotel lobbies and the restaurants and gas stations where these bikers are going to go. So if kind of like you said, if you're scared of these scary bikers, and you don't want to talk to them personally, you can just go around in the motel lobbies and leave these books on the desk, and the clerks will usually let you leave them there, and you don't have to talk to a person. You can just leave these books and sow these seeds for Christ.
Now, how about when the bikes are all lined up? Do you recommend setting one on every seat?
Well, you could do that. I've never done that. I pray, and I let the Spirit lead me, and there's been a time or two when God will say, put a book on that bike. I'll sense that. So if you let the Spirit lead you, my prayer is out of those 600,000, that God will direct those who are really ready to receive Jesus to find one of those books. There must be at least 1,000 there that are open to Christ. So my prayer is that God will lead those people to one of those steps to Christ, and that they'll find Jesus.
And people are looking, they're searching.
Well, when they go to these places, their life oftentimes has very little meaning. The unchurched person gets into sex, drugs, and rock and roll because they're lacking any real peace. And my prayer is they're going there searching, they're open spiritually. That's a great time to reach these bikers. And all the way, it was 1,300 miles, it was 110-degree heat, and all the way up, I was meeting bikers all the way up at every gas station, at every restaurant. I gave out 50 books on the way up and 50 books on the way back.
Well, how can people learn more and participate in this?
Well, they can contact the Review and Herald, and there's an 800 number they can call, which we'll have to put up at some point. I don't have it on me. But they can call the Review and Herald and order the books. They're only $50 for 100 books.
Okay,
so
very reasonable.
For $100,
50 cents a piece.
you can get 200 books, and you can put them in the restaurants and the hotels, or you can give them to motorcyclists.
That's great.
You can also get them through the ABC as well.
Well, Tom, I want to thank you for joining us, and I want to encourage you, our viewers, to visit the website, Tom's website, BibleBiker.com, BibleBiker.com.